Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are right here. Talk Therapy Live, Talk Therapy Live. Someone say where it's all the way live.
It's all the way live.
Hey, what a wonderful Friday it is.
Yes, it is. It's all the way live with Bishop Bozeman here, y'all.
Watch yourself. Friday turned into a Friday. I don't know who made that up. I was told that, so I'm using it.
Yeah, because we wait for the end of the week every week.
Is that right?
Yes, so it's always Friday.
When I grew up, it was just TGIF. Thank God it's Friday.
That too. Yes,
right.
sir.
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
All right. New day right here on Talk Therapy Live. We are so happy and excited to be here today. One more again. This is your Gold Chip Foundation Station. We are the foundation of the people. If you don't hear from us, you don't hear it at all. Come on now.
Well, all right. Now.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you.
Well, you are listening to a Gold Chip Foundation Station.
Yes.
At 98.5 FM, y'all. Tell a friend, tell an enemy. Why? Because you want your enemy to get the help that they need so they can be a friend.
For sure.
Yes. How are you, Bishop?
I'm doing wonderful. Listen, the sun is shining. I'm sitting here with you on the program. Bishop Mel is right here. He's making sure that we do everything right, all that kind of good stuff. We need him around.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
He used to be sitting where you're sitting now.
Right.
And the name of it was What's on Your Mind?
What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
That was maybe a decade ago.
Okay.
Yeah, about 2014, 15, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
but y'all come on in today. Come on in and listen live because it's Talk Therapy Live, where you get a smooth blend of therapy and also the word, y'all.
Also the word. So who are you and what is your practice? What's going on with you?
I am Kimberly Bozeman, the owner of Healthy Emotes Counseling Services. I am a licensed professional clinical counselor.
Yes.
And my phone number is 614-669-5115. Then you go to healthyemotes.co and look at the website. Good morning. Mary is here today.
Wonderful. Yes. I am the Bishop Marvin C. Bozeman.
No, you're not.
Watch yourself.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Help me out.
You're the honorable.
The honorable. Okay, I appreciate
Marvin
that.
C. Bozeman.
The Bible declares that you always allow another person to praise you.
That's
so
right.
I appreciate that.
I do give you praise because I appreciate you. So this is another episode of Fluky Friday.
Fluky Friday.
We started out last week with Fluky Friday, which just means you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what conversation we're going to talk about, but this is your platform. So whatever you want to talk about, y'all call in today.
Yeah, you can definitely call in. We are waiting and anticipating your call. Area code 614-824-2139. Call in today by calling 614-824-2336. Whatever you want to discuss, whatever topic you want to put out there, call in. Let's discuss it together. Maybe you have, some question about mental health issues. Since you're the mental health therapist, you can definitely call in today and get your questions answered. So please do that. All right.
And make sure you put your questions and your comments in the chat. If you cannot call in, we are on Facebook, Talk Therapy Live. Go ahead and put your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. Good morning. Tony Morris is here today.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's have some real talk, y'all.
Hey, so Talk Therapy Live on this wonderful Friday, TGIF. All of that good stuff. Listen, we had a wonderful discussion on last Friday when we were here. And it's always important to talk about mental health issues, especially the awareness of it. There's so many things that are going on in the world today, and people are definitely, some are panicked, some are anxious, some are going through. So I know you've been very busy with trying to render aid and help for individuals. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
Question for you right quick. Yes. So since you're doing all this helping and community involvement, helping people, what do you do for yourself to try to make sure that you're able to be in a position to help others?
To make sure that I'm not going crazy?
Yeah, make sure that
Well, first of all, I have a good covering, which is you.
All right.
And I do go to you and let you know that I do feel overwhelmed. And I thank you for your prayers.
Yes.
But I preach self-care to everyone just because we're so stressed out and overwhelmed. So I have to be first partaker of that. So I do have to take a step back.
Gotcha.
I do deep breathing.
Yeah.
I do mindfulness. I do meditation. I do exercise because exercise really reduces anxiety by several points, and so does deep breathing also.
Yeah. Well, great. Hey, so when you're there and someone is presenting you with their situations, you are in a ready position, right?
Yes, that's right. I have to prepare myself
for sure.
That's right, because every therapist energy has to be above their clients because we already know that we're going to be extracted from all day long. We cannot pour from an empty cup. So our cup must be full. So I go to the fountain that never runs dry.
I like it.
Oh, Big Rob Bozeman is here.
Glad to have y'all on here today. Thank you for
Columbus
for listening and always tuning in. So remember, you can call in today with any question that you may have, or you can put questions or comments in the chat. You can do that as well. But remember, you can call by calling 614-824-2139 or 614-824-2336. Give us a call. All right. Now, let me start with this today. There's so many things that are going on in our world, but there's something going on in Nepal. Right, it's already happened.
My Lord,
a mudslide slash water. I mean, all
so
mixture, and the earth is moving.
Yes.
And I just read earlier that it's like 170 people that have already died, but then 700
are missing.
Yeah. 700 are missing. I mean,
what a catastrophe.
Yeah, you're able to see
the earth could move like that.
For sure, and people's lives can be taken in an instant.
Right. It is so devastating. Good morning, Jill Walker.
Yes, good morning.
It is here. So we've had mudslides. We've had massive tornadoes. We've had massive fires. You know what I mean?
But in Nepal right now, it's our focus, where our prayers are headed. I mean, that was just yesterday, day before, something like that. Man, it's like the earth is really in travail. There's something going on.
But
like you said, tornadoes, fires, and everything, right?
With everything going on in the earth realm, what do you think God is saying?
Wow. Get right with Him. Get right with Him. It's what we preach. It's what we do our very best to live, is to make sure that we're always in ready mode.
Would you say don't get ready? You have to be ready. Have to be ready.
Yeah, because it could happen. Anything could happen at any given moment.
That's right. I remember my dad, Elder Trout, saying that the earth is in travail, waiting on the coming of the Lord.
For sure.
So the earth is speaking. And sometimes if God cannot get your attention, by other things, then he uses these things to speak.
Sure. Which allows for us to know that He's still God. He's still in control. But He's not willing that any man should perish.
Yes, that's right.
But there's so much that we know about God, but then there's so much that we don't know about God.
Right. Yes.
When He said His mercy endureth forever. What is the extent of God's mercy? I mean, we really can't put a true definition on the extent of His mercy. We just thank God that we've received it.
Right.
And then we're still walking it.
And to take advantage of it. Like the old timers used to say, while the blood is running warm in your veins, because you can't wait on a catastrophe to happen. Because as you said, there were 100 and something that got killed in all of that. So you don't have time to repent and get it right with God.
You really don't. So there are so many that may think that you do, but things happen so fast, and accidents happen, that are unavoidable, but they just happen so quick.
Yes.
Our lives can be taken just that fast.
Yes.
So we have to live in ready mode.
Right.
For sure.
Exactly.
So pray for those that are in Nepal, those that are searching for loved ones. It's heartbreaking to see them go and look at a list of names and pictures as they post them up of missing family members.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to be in prayer for that situation there.
It's just a beautiful thing when you can say something like, it is well with my soul.
Yeah.
So no matter what comes, what goes, no matter if a catastrophe happens today, and you just happen to that today would be your actual rapture,
sure.
that you can say.
I mean, think about Miles Monroe and his wife. You know, when he got on a plane, did not know.
Right.
You know, you just never know. So let's be in prayer for those that are in Nepal.
So Jill says he's saying, get ready. Don't get left behind.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
you don't want to be left behind.
You do not.
At all. Because every day, and I always say this, of course, as long as you're inhaling and exhaling, you can begin again. I don't care how bad you messed up on yesterday. You woke up today.
Take advantage of the time that God has given you today.
Yes.
Tomorrow's not here yet. Yesterday is gone, but I have now.
So what is repentance?
I have right now. Hey, changing your mind, walking in the opposite direction.
Making a
U-turn. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So take advantage of it. And hey, just live right until he comes, or however he comes for you.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Yeah,
for sure.
You don't know how or when, but be ready.
Just be ready when he comes.
Ooh. So the earth is speaking. We need to take notice.
Yeah, most definitely.
So again, it's Fluky Friday.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Yes.
What do you want to talk about today?
Listen, I have something else.
What do you have, Bishop?
On this Fluky Friday.
What do you got, Bishop?
Let me tell you, it's not exciting. It's terrible.
Oh, okay.
So
let's talk about it.
Let me change my,
your persona.
Yeah, let me do this. No, so they are, whoever they are still hanging Black people.
Yes.
You know, and we're hearing
Carolina.
It more and more. Some North Carolina, some South Carolina, some parts of Mississippi, where they've been finding Black people hung on, hanging from trees. So why? Yeah. And who's doing this? What's your guy's name? D.L. Hughley. He asked the same question on his program. He says, "Well, who's hanging? Who's hanging our people?" That was his question. So I'm asking the same question. Who's out here still doing this?
Right. But
the issue is this, that they're not taking the time to investigate. That's where the problem is,
because they're saying that it's suicide, and we know we're not. Black people are not hanging ourselves on a tree. Yeah,
it's like, who's going to take the time to make a noose and throw it around the tree? That's not the way you're going to go.
It's terrible because they're not investigating. It's the same thing they did with Nolan Wells. They try to say, he drowned, and then they try to close the books. But if you don't have people challenging this, we will never discover who's doing it, and we can never bring justice for our people.
Yeah. This is what D.L. Hughley says. He says, who's hanging our Black kids? Who's hanging our Black kids? Over 200 Black kids are being strung up on trees. Over 200.
It's so sad. Ugh.
So it's really not in mainstream media and news like it should be. Thank God for social media. To have these platforms, they're able to get the news.
Yes.
And then post it in, hey, here we are. So it's still happening, right?
But what are your thoughts about the one YouTuber that was saying that they disbanded the Ku Klux Klan, but then they got into law enforcement?
Well, so you can't disband anything and you're into other things. So that haven't happened.
They just change forms.
They just change forms. That's all. They've never have they left at all. They're just in different positions, different faces, different outfits, So we have to make this generation coming up aware of, not be so naive as to what it is that is before you.
It's just, I don't know what the answer would be. I almost feel like we have to walk around and always have our camera phones on, or always wearing the glasses.
Well, I'm telling you,
with the cameras.
You have, and we pray by doing that, that it's in your favor. Because here lately you can have camera evidence and it's still not be in your favor.
Well, they said it can give someone a starting place. You know what I mean? To begin to inquire.
You just pray you have the right people involved, and everyone that you know, like Nolan Wells, we keep talking about that, but you have each one covering the other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you just pray you're in the right place and the right people are there to assist and help.
Right. Yeah. And try not to travel alone. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
I know that, you know, we serve a God who is able and capable of protecting us. You know what I mean? But it's like, what is happening?
Yeah. We are, and it's been said that there are those who know who we are, but we are not privy to know who we are ourselves. They have more information about us than we have about ourselves, right?
And why is that? Because they have took us from where we belong and burning all of our try to burn all of our books that contain all of our history and genealogy.
But that's the importance of your oral
and change
history.
Our names.
Yeah, you have to have oral history that has to be passed down from generation to generation.
Yes, Jill says yes. They are police, ICE, government officials.
Everything.
They are all over.
Yeah.
Yes, but here's the thing: God didn't want us living in fear. He does not want to. And this is why I stated earlier that it's a beautiful thing when we can say, it is well with my soul. Because we know that this world that we live in is so temporary.
Well, he don't want you to live in fear, but he do want you to be prepared.
That's right. Yes. So you got to have your head on the swivel.
Listen, because they're doing that. I saw a guy the other day, I believe it's in maybe Mississippi. I think it was. They said, "Well, hey, we're arming ourselves now."
Yeah, that was Mississippi.
Mississippi. We're arming ourselves, and we want for all of our young people. I think he said that's over 21 that's able to get your license.
Right.
They want to do it the right way, but so much is going on with us, and you know the help that we need, we're not getting, and we're not given a fair shake. At all. So
and you talk about Fluky Friday because I'm just switching just a little bit, but this is why coping skills are so important, like the deep breathing, because I sense the change in me. You know, we started off, you know, on a good note, yada yada yada, and then we start talking about this stuff,
sensitive issues,
exactly. But
hurting
I can feel that hurt in me.
For sure.
So we have to really have emotional intelligence.
It's been going on way too long.
So emotional intelligence is knowing what your body is saying to you. Right. You know, and knowing all the signs and knowing when to apply the coping skills. So I need to take a deep breath.
And so let me encourage everyone to keep yourselves informed. Right. Keep yourselves informed. A lot of times we don't try to read up on what, current affairs that are going on in our world and within our community. So we have to make sure that we are aware. We keep ourselves informed about what's going on with our people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's why this program is so important, because you can get the right information about our people.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
About our people. So
because like you said, it's not mainstream media.
It's not mainstream. So yes, we are the foundation of the people.
Amen.
Yeah.
Ida Trout is here. Good morning to you.
Get it here. So this continues to go on. I remember my grandfather talking about how they used to put in magazines, how they would get out of church. Deacons would get out of church. These are white deacons, get out of church and then go out and hang black people or tie them up on the bumper of a car and drag them down the street. They would actually take pictures and put photographs in the paper.
It's just
people are clapping and laughing and having a good time. You know what I mean? You just leave church.
I know.
That's
They've
crazy.
been conditioned that way
for sure.
by their fathers and their forefathers, and this cognitive dissonance where they can separate the humanity part of it because they did not look at us as being human. So it was easy for them to do things to us because they separated
but this is
themselves
it's
from
so
it.
It's crazy because we are the only race of people that still suffers like this. So we can talk about the Holocaust and we can talk about those type of things, but no one on the planet
still,
but then there's no one that's greater than we are. After all that has been done to keep us from progressing and moving forward, we're that race of people and a group of people that are still here to tell the story.
Still our
that old saying, we don't die, we multiply.
That's
you remember
right.
that back in the day.
Yes.
You know, seriously,
and then the
we're still here.
They thought what did they say? Oh, hold on, y'all. They tried to bury us, but they forgot we were seeds.
Yeah.
You know, so
sure.
you know, if you put a seed in the ground, what is it going to do?
Yes, for sure.
You know, so we're very, very resilient. We're very resilient, but still yet traumatized.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And this is where we still need the church, the core part of our communities, right? So there needs to be a call back to church. You know, that's where, you know, the organizations you know, came into existence, and the meeting place was the church. The information was passed out in the church.
Yes.
Right. So you get the information, but we're praying. We're doing praying, marching, and receiving information, and then getting the orders of what are we going to do to make sure that we survive.
And I see a lot of the
so
churches
we have to get back to that.
Down south that really does that talk about all the current issues.
For sure.
And
they're still living.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think as we come northward, that we kind of lose some of that. You know, so you're right. We definitely need it because it's happening everywhere.
Everywhere. So be careful, ladies, and there is, you know, special attention that's given to our women and who are being abducted, the young ladies that are being hung on trees as if they committed suicide and things of that nature. So when you travel, even going to the gas station, make sure you don't go late at night.
Please don't, ladies.
I mean,
y'all
you know,
stop doing it. Please don't do that.
You know,
seriously.
So let's just be aware.
Yes, be aware and be smart.
Yeah, for sure. So those are like the things today that we're really going through. That's at the forefront of our news and information. But it involves our people.
Yes, it does.
Good gracious.
It does.
Yeah. So we got a lot going on. We got to pray for those in Nepal. We got to pray for the Nolan Wells saga situation that's going on. And hey,
that there will be a good closure to that story.
My Lord.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Fluky Friday. So I was, and I'm switching gears again, but I was listening to a podcast with Oprah Winfrey, right? And the name of it was Quiet Quitting.
Okay.
Quiet Quitting. So it was talking about
like
people who are in marriages, in relationships, and they're there with their partner for years, but they've already quit quietly.
I got it.
It's like, and this was like the women's side of it, saying that they're growing, they're changing, they're evolving, but then their spouses are not doing the same. They're on two different pages, you know, and they just feel like there's no emotional connection anymore. And they felt like the husbands weren't in tune. They're not involved in their world. They feel like they have the wives feel overwhelmed with the kids, that the kids taking care of the bills, or the cooking, just making sure, and they're like overwhelmed, and they just feel like the husband is detached, period. And then it's like when they try to say things to the husband, they feel like, oh, you know, I'm providing, I'm paying the bills, but they kind of lost each other. You know what I mean? So sure. I thought that was very, very interesting because they're not necessarily divorcing. They're still there, but then they're because some of these women was talking about they've even start sleeping in different bedrooms. You know.
Well, that's divorce to me.
Right. I mean, you know,
we're gonna sleep in the same bed now. Wait a minute.
But she felt like
couch made for sitting on, not sleeping. My grandmother tell you, ain't nobody sleeping on this furniture.
Well, she felt like if she did that, that would kind of awaken him, bring some awareness to him of how serious that she was, that they're losing each other. And she was so disheartened because it did not work. He became more and more disengaged.
That wasn't supposed to work. That was terrible.
But my thing is this. First of all, we have to make for sure that your partner has the emotional capacity to give you what you want. And what I mean by that, because, a lot of times we start out, doing all those things, being connected, checking on each other, and just really having quality time with each other. But then as time goes, you lose that because we are changing.
Right.
So can we keep up with each other?
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who you have now is not who you had before.
Right.
This individual has a whole set of different needs. Do you know what those needs are?
Right.
And do you at this time have the emotional capacity to give them what they need?
I think that it's important to pay attention along the way so that you're not trying to at the last minute address every situation.
Right. Yes.
If you go through and you see little something being started, or you've been made aware of maybe the distance or whatever, let's address that instead of trying to address the whole big bowl of everything.
Right.
At the last, that's too much to handle right now. You know what I mean?
It is.
For sure.
So what I hear you saying is to have effective communication along the way.
You must.
But here's the thing too. Do you hear me? Is this person being heard?
Right.
Or are you just taking it lightly? Oh, they'll be all right, because, hey, you got a whole house that I'm paying for. And you know what I mean?
It's going to take time to address that situation. It's going to be on more than one occasion.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, and it's going to take whichever one, a little more time to see it, because you can live from that standpoint. I'm providing, so you should be okay.
You should be okay.
So it's going to take that individual a little longer to kind of see the light, but be willing to see what that person is saying.
And see, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Be willing.
Yeah.
Because even if you do not have that capacity, at least be willing to listen.
Yeah, for sure.
And to learn.
For sure.
And I always say to extend yourself outside of yourself, because some things are not going to come naturally for you.
For sure. Right.
How do I engage with you? How can I be emotionally connected to you and give you the quality time that you need? And I don't have, because so much has happened. I got this on my mind. I'm thinking, especially, those entrepreneurs, you're always thinking about your business. And
so you're going to have to set aside some time. And even if you had to come with a calendar and say, hey, this is the day that we need to meet and the time.
Right.
You understand? So that we can kind of get some answers to the questions that we have. Hey, what's kind of going on? So sit down and kind of mark a day on the calendar, and y'all can sit down and really talk about it, but really hear each other.
That's right. Because what I have found in the counseling experience is that oftentimes couples do not know how to have deep conversations.
Yeah.
They can talk all day about nothing. It doesn't amount to anything. But can I come to you to tell you how I have needs that has to be met?
The nitty gritty.
Right, exactly. And still feel safe with you, or are you going to get an attitude about it?
Yeah.
We should be able to have adult conversations.
Yeah, for sure. Adults get attitudes. And give me a minute to get over the attitude that I have.
But the whole
because you know who you're dealing with, right? Yes. You know who you're married to. If I bring them, this conversation to them, how it's going to go. You know me.
Right.
If you come to me with certain things, you already know.
Right.
You're going to get a little bit of resistance and pushback. So I know that's in your mind. I know what's in your mind. Let me talk to him about this. So you're kind of prepared on how it is I'm going to respond.
Right. But here's the thing, though. Whether you wait or whether you do it, then you still have to have the conversation.
You have to have it. Yeah.
You still have to have it.
Yeah, I think I said it last week. Men, we need a little time to marinate on what's been said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you can bring me some stuff and you may not get the answer right then. I may come back a little later because I don't thought about it.
Right. And Kimberly,
I thought about
that what's my motto? What's my motto, y'all?
If it's important enough to bother you, it's important enough to discuss.
Hello.
Come on here, somebody.
Sure enough.
So that's you. But I say, hey, give me a minute, girl.
Right.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to give you a minute. I may even give you 2 or 3, but we're going to come back to the table.
Yeah.
Because
we're going to talk.
Because your partner is the one who can resolve this issue.
And I know there's a lot of, men out there that have good women like that too. You kind of know who it is you're dealing with. And we're going to talk about it.
Right. Yes.
We're going to talk
Jill says, that sounds good. But do couples really do that planning, or do they just argue through each issue?
Hey, they really do the planning and they really do argue through each issue. But whichever one works for you. But the planning part is real. I mean, you have to, especially if your schedules are conflicting all the time, or one is really avoiding. You know what I mean? You have to sit down and say, hey, on the 25th at 4:30, like you make appointments for everything else.
Right.
This relationship, we need to make an appointment to come and work this thing out.
And as we always say, that marriage and relationships are only for the mature.
For sure.
If you have someone who is immature and cannot handle adult conversations, you just may have the wrong one.
That's true.
Because you want someone who you can, this person should have your back. I should be able to trust you with my thoughts, with my heart, with my mind. You are supposed to be that person.
If I'm sharing with you how I feel, right? If I'm sharing that with you, and for men, that's a huge thing. If we come to you and tell you really how we feel, that means that took us a long time to get that together, and word it, seriously, and say this is how that's a lot,
right? And it's not really worthy of an argument. Like the only way that we are arguing is because now your ego is in the way,
for sure.
Because now you are saying to yourself, "Oh, she's saying I'm not good enough."
Yeah, you feel like you're under attack. And you're not.
We're expressing our needs to you, and we want you to do something about it because we don't want our hurt to turn into hatred.
Yeah, but hear me as I'm speaking.
Yes.
Give attention to what it is that I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you even see me anymore? Because last week we talked about longevity, being in love for long periods of time.
Right.
And that's the only way that can happen is on our journey called life, that we don't lose each other.
Yeah. You want to love the relationship that you have with that person, to whereas what's being said, number one, you're not under attack. At all. They're not trying to undermine you or demean you, but actually what's being said is for the purpose of the relationship to be all that it can be.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to walk around with an attitude all day, and you either.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So let's try to talk about it, and then if you hear me, then it's be known by how well you heed what I say.
That's right. And change is hard, right?
It is.
Because we teach people how to treat us by the way we respond to them. And for a lot of females, we go into relationships and we are the doers. We become human doings, not human beings. We're doing all of that, right? We're doing all keeping up with the bills, keeping up with the kids, keeping up with the laundry, keeping up with the job, and we're doing that. And then we get upset because now we're tired and we're overwhelmed. And because we come to that moment of crisis, now we want our spouses or partners to flip all of a sudden. But no, it does not work like that because we've created this scenario.
Right. But I do understand it, because when you do that, number one, pretty much that's kind of like who you are, maybe. You know what I mean? That's what you do. However, you would like some help every now and again.
Yes,
so I'm not asking you to take it over.
Right.
But can you help me this week?
Help, yes.
Just this week. It's not going to kill you.
Listen, y'all. Relationships is all about partnership.
For sure. Yeah, it's not going to kill you. Just this week.
Right. And a beautiful question is, how can I help you?
Yeah.
That would melt your wife's heart.
Yeah.
Like, how can I help?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I so appreciate you. I don't even have to ask, you just doing stuff. And
I try to pay attention.
You do though, and I
attention.
appreciate that immensely.
Yeah.
You know,
I
because
got a collar on my shirt or what?
huh?
They still popping collars or what? I'm just asking.
Like, what? Oh Lord. No, but I do appreciate you doing that. And I don't have to ask, you know, and I definitely know that we have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
But there are so many people who don't know how to get out of that.
Yeah.
You know, so number one, the effective conversation, communication, and then having patience, you know, and you can't just say it once.
Yeah.
You know, we have to go back to the table. Remember the conversation we had last month about how you was going to start helping out?
Right.
You know, when is that going to start?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, so we definitely have to have the conversation. We have to have understanding and patience. We have to make sure that our partners have the emotional capacity to give us what we need. You know, and outside of that, because you never ever want to look to another person to make you happy.
Right, for sure.
Okay, if you decide to stay with this person, then you have to find inner joy, inner peace. You may need to have community or connection outside of the relationship with with the sister group, get into some type of activities. You know what I mean? So to get that sense of fulfillment if you decide to stay.
Yeah. But the important thing is that you express that. And hopefully the one that you're with, you're very compatible in that area. Where, hey, I'm listening, and you know, most men will give real attention to what was said. You know what I mean? We may not say much in the moment, but when we're off by ourselves, we're kind of giving thought to it. And well, hey, it won't be too bad for me to do whatever. You know what I mean? We kind of work
and
like
that's
that.
what
You know what
we're
I mean?
waiting on.
Doesn't make me a weak person. It's gonna make me a better man.
That's right.
You
and
know,
that's what
sure.
we're waiting on.
For sure.
Because we've had the conversation. I'm taking for granted that you heard me. But what we're waiting on is the emotional response to what we talked about.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the whole thing in this podcast. These women were feeling like their husbands had checked out emotionally a long time ago, which leads, because we're emotional creatures, right? And so if your spouse or your partner checks out on you emotionally, then you have a big void inside of you.
For sure.
And this is why, you know, a lot of people have relationships outside of the one that they're in.
For sure.
You know, because it's that void that they try to, I'm saying, to choose healthy alternatives.
Right.
Do something that's non-threatening to the relationship.
For sure. And I challenge all men, if there's something that you don't like in the relationship, make that known with your partner. You know, let her know, hey, whatever the situation is, or this is how I feel. You know what I mean? So express that to her so that she can hear your heart. Or maybe it's something that you don't like by yourself that you know she can help you with.
Yes.
It's okay to do that, because the goal is to make sure that you have a successful, peaceful relationship.
Exactly.
Right. So let me try to make you aware of what's going on with me right now.
Do you think that it's hard? Hi, Correa. Do you think that it is hard for men to become vulnerable?
Some men, it's you know, depends on you know, how you were raised, or if you had that shown in front of you. You know, it should be a little easier. But if you're raised in a different way, it's going to be a little hard and difficult for you to become a vulnerable individual, to be able to divulge certain information or whatever the case may be, because it may to you feel as if it's a sign of weakness. You know what I mean? You don't talk about it. You won't address it. So you don't want the appearance of it all. You know, by what you're saying like, hey, you're a weak individual. You're supposed to be a man, you know. No,
are you saying that their partner is thinking that they're weak, or the individual themselves may think it's weak?
I may feel as if you think that I am.
Oh, okay.
Right? I may, by me telling you this, and then I may even question in my own mind, am I? Are we in based on how you were raised, based how the men in your family traditionally will handle situations and things, right? So yeah, you may have that question about yourself, you know.
Well, what would you say to those men who think that is weak, being vulnerable is weakness?
It is not. It's going to make you a better person. It's going to help you to live a little longer. You understand? Open your mouth and talk and express like they do. I said it before. Y'all outliving us because y'all talk.
Amen.
You know, we check out early because we don't say nothing. We just keep it in ourselves.
And here's the key. We talk to those who we trust.
For sure.
Right, y'all?
Yeah.
We talk to those that we can trust.
Yeah.
And for the men, if you know that you have a good woman, a good wife who loves you unconditionally, then maybe try to trust her with your heart. And you know,
you really should. Men don't understand once you do find her. You know, the Bible says you find a wife, you find a good thing, and he obtains favor. I mean, you understand what your favor is.
Yes.
You know, you want to protect, encourage, cultivate, water, nourish the person that's responsible for your favor.
Say that again. That was good.
You know what I mean? Don't look like that.
Woo!
No, really. I mean, that's scripture. You know, so it's not a bad thing to express how you feel. It's not a bad thing to lend help in areas where you don't normally do it. You know, but hey, man, this is my favor.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So let me go ahead and lend the help that's needed in this moment. It's going to make us better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because you actually see the value in being vulnerable.
Most definitely.
That's good stuff.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Correa says vulnerability in men is sometimes rare to see because it looks as they are weak.
Yeah, for sure.
That is so true. But hopefully they have heard what Bishop just said today. So hopefully that will help.
Yeah.
And I get it because even though you're in relationships, all relationships are not a good fit. Some people don't need to be together.
That is true.
Because
you learn that along the way.
Yeah, you can divulge to some people and they will take that and throw it back in your face, which makes you shut down even for the next person.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the importance of dating, courting, however you want to call it today, so that you can get to know a person. That's the purpose of taking it slow to see if I want to live with this, or you know, and are they willing to grow with me? Right, like you say, we're not the same individuals we were 33 years ago, right? So I want to know, hey, are you willing to grow with me as well? You know, you may be closed off to some things right now, but 10 years later, you know, we've grown enough to say, hey, well,
and only time can tell that because people say,
but I don't want to know now, are you willing to grow with me? That's all.
Are
you willing to change? Are you willing to give in? Are you willing to compromise? That's what I want.
And you're going to have an opportunity to display that.
For sure.
You know, because only time tells that. So, of course, everybody's going to be yes and amen at the top because they're trying to get you.
Yeah.
You know, but then after you get into everything, you know, it'll show up.
For sure.
It'll show up. Correa says societal pressure views vulnerability as weakness.
That's true.
Right. So the society norms are there. You know, you have
and the roles are reversing.
Background.
Oh my.
How so?
Listen, there are a lot of women today that are more rigid and more, it's like the role reversal. You know, they don't want to show any signs of weakness either because I'm going to get you first.
I think that comes from a place of pain, though.
Probably a place of pain, but that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But then you got the brothers, they telling everything. They crying and moaning. And, no, let me quit. But I'm telling you, y'all know what's happening out there.
Yes, that is true. That is true. It's a new world.
Yeah. Ooh, they whine about everything.
It is a new world, you know. Things are changing. People are changing.
Listen.
Charlene is here. Good morning, cousin. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you know, so having effective communication, Don't lose each other on the journey. I don't care what all responsibilities that you have, and engage in each other's world. Offer up the question, what can I do to help?
Right.
You know, so just working that out so that we don't have, that quiet quitting.
Yeah.
And
I like that quiet quitting, because it always kind of sets my mind to, in church, because people do quit quietly in church.
Yeah, that is true.
So you're going to backslide quietly.
Yeah.
I'm still coming to church, but I'm backsliding. Y'all know what's wrong with backsliding situation.
It's a slow fade.
For sure. Hey, I don't know if our phones are working tonight, but y'all need to give us a call, 614-824-2139 or 614-824-2336. Let me know that the phones are working. Can y'all call in? Do that.
What do you think about domestic violence when where there is abuse in the relationship? Do you feel like a woman should leave, or should she give him another chance?
Or should
you guys can, yes.
Should a man leave? Because there's a lot of women that jump on men.
That is true.
That's a lot of times that's how that gets started.
That's so true.
She might clock him first. You say, now wait a minute.
I mean, it's not funny, y'all. I mean, it's not funny at all. But I understand what you're saying.
For sure. Yeah.
So y'all chime in on this. Should a man or woman stay if there is abuse in their relationship? And I just don't want to say physical abuse. There's emotional abuse. There's verbal abuse. Y'all speak to us. Call in again.
That's so wide open. There's so many areas of abuse now.
Mm-hmm.
You might get a little verbal tongue lash. You know what I mean? So don't quit on me on the verbal.
Yeah.
Not unless you just calling me out my name all the time. That's
right.
That's what's not gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So that sounds like that's a deal breaker for you.
Yeah, physical violence as well. You know what I mean? However, I think you have to probably weigh in the situation. Some will say there's never a reason why a person should put their hand on you. That's true. But number one, that's assault. You can't go to jail, and it's a felony.
Right.
So you
it is a crime.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yes.
Right. Depending on the situation. However, are you willing to get help?
Okay.
So
you're asking, is the abuser willing to get help?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Good question.
Are you willing to get help? I'm not sure if I want to stay, because truth is, you're not sure if you're going to stay or not in that moment. First time, second time, we always say, hey, I don't know, but I think that each person needs some time to separate. Let me think it out. Depending on how far you are in the relationship, how deep you're into it, because now you're dealing with feelings and emotions that's tied with it. So it's going to take a time for you to kind of make up your mind. Personally, can't do it.
Yeah. It's a hard call. And so many times people often ask, why do females stay in relationships and they are being abused, especially like when they have kids? And that is very, very hard. That's a hard decision, because now that the kids are involved. So
you got a whole family.
So it's not healthy for the kids to be in that environment. It's not healthy for you. You don't know if you're going to make it out or not. You know what I mean? But by the same strength, do you really want to break your family up? And like you said, are they willing to get help? And what does that help look like?
Exactly.
And I definitely recommend, if they're not willing to get help, then again, like I said earlier, everyone is not a good fit.
Right. Yeah.
So,
you have to be willing because you have a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that you grew up watching yourself in your own, between your mom and dad or whoever the relationship was with, and you were able to witness that, and before you know it, you're doing the same thing. Because hey, it's what I've seen, so it's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As I stated,
you with the right one, it's not going to happen.
Right. And as I stated earlier, we teach people how to treat us by the way we respond to them.
Yeah.
Because if you whoop on me and then I'm like, Okay, I'm going to give you another chance. And
Mm-hmm.
then you give them another chance. And then the next time, and it just goes on and on.
Yeah.
You're telling them that they can do this to you.
For sure. And that's the norm of your relationship.
Yeah.
You know, so now you fighting, the children are fighting, and the dog is fighting the neighbor's dog next door. And, you know, everybody just fighting, you know what I mean? So.
And I always say, where there's fruits, there's roots. There is a reason why your partner is an abuser.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if it's drug induced. I don't know if it's alcohol induced, because some people do get angry when they start drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, or if it's learned behavior from watching, or you just taking out your frustrations on your part, it's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
It's all of what you said.
Yes. So do you feel like they should call 911 if they have been abused?
For sure.
You think that it should
you
be
need
reported?
A paper trail.
Okay.
You need a paper trail.
But as females, and y'all
you need to
chime into this.
You need to let her know that you are not playing. You put your hands on me. I'm letting you know I'm calling the police, and they're going to record it, and they're going to take my statement. Somebody going to call you if they don't take you to jail right now. Mm-hmm. You understand? So I need for you to know that I'm not playing. So don't try it again.
What you're saying is that there are consequences to your behavior as victims, and especially females. We still try to protect our abusers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's a whole syndrome.
I think it may be a little equal. Because, you know, it's just that the females, women are more, and I don't know why I don't like saying female, but the women are more, are more out there publicly with this kind of situation. But I think there's a larger number of men.
No man wants to admit that their woman is beating on them.
But everybody know.
It's just the shame of it. So we are going to be more vocal with that. But initially, we always try to protect our abusers until we've had enough. But here's the thing. We don't know if we're going to make it out from one episode to the other episode. So why not get that paper trail and let them know up front that I'm not going to have this?
You don't know if they're going to make it out. That's the point.
Yeah, because
not even you.
Yeah.
But the next time, I don't know if they're gonna make it out.
You're right.
You know,
you're right.
Once you're tired, you don't know how you're going to respond.
Blackout is real.
Yeah, you can actually do
blackout is real. Kim Wu, hello girl, says if the victim doesn't have good support system, they think it's their fault. Victim keeps it to themselves.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so
and you
true.
do need a good support system. But here's another caveat. It's that we don't even want to tell our support system.
That's true.
And here's the thing, because we feel like we're going to get back together and then everybody else is still going to be mad at them.
For sure.
You know, so we keep it to ourselves, but silence perpetuates the abuse. And I'm telling you, you know, you have to nip this in the bud. You really do. They need to get help, whoever it is. If they're not remorseful, then they definitely need to go.
Yeah.
You have to show signs of remorse.
But you know what? I think you should probably stand on the principles of everything right now, because we don't know what real remorse look like. That's shown down the road.
What do you mean?
You say you're sorry today, you're crying today, I'll never do it again. Well, let's wait and see in about 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, so they're sorry in the moment.
In the moment.
But I mean, I think that's still a good sign.
It's a good sign, but we're gonna see later.
Yeah, you're right.
It's gonna be 8 months down the road. I'm gonna see if you.
Yeah, there's just been couples that have had this experience, and there's like no remorse. Yeah. There's no apology.
Or you had this experience because you were so young in the relationship, you all were still like children, acting like children, fussing and physically fighting like children. You know what I mean? Until you've grown up, like, dang, we was wild coming up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fighting each other.
I mean, you know, that's mutual combat.
Yeah, well.
That's mutual combat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you have one that's more dominant, and in most situations, it is men. You know, statistically speaking, it's mostly men who are abusive to their wives.
It's crazy, or to their girlfriends or whoever the weaker vessel they may be with. You understand? But it's amazing how you so quick to jump on a woman, but won't jump on a man the same way.
That's a coward. That's a coward all day long.
Let a man make you mad at work. Oh, it's cool, bro.
Right, yeah. I don't want none of that.
But your woman, she bring you a steak. It's a little tough, and you ready to backhand.
He's got to hit the road.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Don't you come back no more.
Yeah. Don't do the rest. That's for sure.
What you say?
Oh, you still on key? You still on key? Look at God.
Jill says no hitting, or you are going to jail. Period. Girl.
For sure.
My girl. Yes. Jill also says sorry, or is a word. Action tells it all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because if you hit me, it better be by me telling you too.
Yeah, right.
You know, and something else is going on.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Yes.
For the adults out there, you kind of know what I mean.
So we definitely need to have action behind it. It initially definitely shows signs of remorse.
Yeah.
All right. Because you want to initiate the healing, like I blacked out, not like I intended to do it, but I blacked out, and that will never happen again.
And someone said you'll never be able to use that hand again,
ever,
because it'll be missing.
Never ever.
Your hand will be missing.
So if you are one,
and I'm gonna throw it down the street because you ain't sewing nothing back on.
If you are one who has been abused, all right, there is a domestic violence hotline, and you can call Choices. Choices number is 614-224-4663, and there is also an 800 number, 1-800-799-7233. Don't play no games with your life.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
That's right.
Don't do it.
All right. Well, we love y'all. We hear the music going on. We appreciate y'all on the platform today. Y'all create a wonderful week for yourself. And this is Talk Therapy Live, where you get a smooth blend of therapy.
She said a smooth blend.
A smooth blend, y'all.
Therapy and the word.
And the word.
Yeah. See you next week.
See ya.